or is that Mr. Mickey?
That's Mr. Mickey.
Nichols got it.
He's the softball.
I saw a name on here that was, I thought was gonna be added to the personnel schedule, but it's not there. Ashley Matthews. You know,
She did add that and send that. Did you all get an updated one?
We got
The day you
two,
were off.
we were emailed two different.
Two different personnel
Yes.
schedules? Okay.
Yep.
She did, she did have, and she said she emailed it to us the day that you.
She sent us 2 or 3 in about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I didn't know what they were.
She didn't send it to you?
No, I mean, even if I was off, it would have been there when I
Yes,
got back.
right. That's what I'm, okay.
So do she emailed it to us? I'm pretty sure that's what she's added to it and sent to us. Can't we still
we
add
need to
it?
add her.
Yes, we do.
See, she never explained to us, because I know Mr. Wilkerson even contacted me, says, why are we getting one right after the other?
You want me to go get the other one out on my phone? You have it on my phone. You
I
can
don't
read
know
right off of that
what
you
email.
have
we
to
do
do.
here.
Well, I mean,
Yes,
Do
saved.
you have an email?
No,
It's in
we-
my saved items.
Well, no, I don't think it's necessary, right? All I'm saying is that we got these, but we didn't know why we kept
Oh,
getting
I
them.
know. That was the day the internet was down, was it not? And it didn't come back up until that evening? And
Well, I'm
that
saying,
was
we kept
added-
getting them, but we didn't know why we were getting them. I just
Supposed to
assumed
compare.
that they were all, well, I didn't do that.
No, I'm
Uh,
sorry.
We didn't, because when we
Is
kept
it on
getting
yours?
them.
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
But we just didn't know, I didn't know why we kept getting them, I just thought they were the same thing. No, but there was no
There was
explanation.
an added person. So Rowdy, yes, if you have the new one, then maybe.
We
I have
really-
two.
We really need to add her.
I mean, I won't swear that I have the correct one, but I have two on my phone. I think I can open them.
I mean, I'm not sure what that accomplishes, other than us just writing it in.
Oh,
Yeah, let's write it in.
Yeah, but do you know the name?
I mean, why do we have to see it?
Ashley Matthews.
What?
Ashley
I know, but,
Matthews.
Are we hiring her?
yes, it would
As
be
a sub.
Under-
Short and
A,
long-term.
it'd be
What
A4
category?
up here in section A.
And what is her name again?
Ashley Matthews.
Matthews.
Ashley Matthews. What's Ashley's?
That's what I'm,
Oh, I can't do it.
that's what I was going to get all of the certifications.
And is that for
She's
this
on
this
our
year or
last
next
one.
year?
She's language
Oh,
arts.
you got it?
Yeah, she's on it.
What does it say there, Carol? Can you read what it says under
English-
certification?
English 5 AD and
Oh, okay.
English
2000.
5, 8 to adults, is that
Fine.
English 5 to
Five.
AD?
Yeah,
Is there anything else or just that?
2013 to 2014 school year.
Just this year.
And then
She just
2014,
finished it up.
2015 school year. It's got both of them.
What it is, we've got a hole out there we haven't been able to fill, and she can fill that void between now and the end of the school year.
Okay.
I was just,
Trying to get it up.
I just happened to, glance through there and noticed that she wasn't on that agenda.
I never did get that.
That one, that's the one.
Technology.
Good job.
Nice.
And the knowledge of how to use it.
Okay.
I'm not even looking, I'm gonna believe you that it's on there.
Exactly.
No, Carol had
Yeah, yeah.
hers there, Rowdy.
Thank
She
you.
said,
Oh, you had a hard copy of it when you got it out?
Yeah.
Did you understand, Mr.
we
Wilkerson,
thought you
what we
needed a little
did?
exercise.
I do. I need a lot of exercise, so thank you all.
Larry?
I wasn't.
Yes, I believe.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, at this point then, what we need to do, let's go back and revisit the personnel schedule. Okay, could I have a motion to add Ashley Matthews to the employment of short, long-term substitute professional personnel? Okay, Mr. Curry makes that motion. We have a second on that.
Second.
Mr. Wilkerson seconded that. Is that an all yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Officially added.
Thank you.
Round in lost
Good.
25 calories.
Good you got that.
I was panicking when I saw it, but uh-oh. Problem.
Okay, let's move on to the next step.
What we have here is approval, a letter written to Mrs. Lucas from the governor, Honorable Earl Ray Tomlin, indicating that we have received our request for $10,000 for, to help cover the cost of the turf that's going to be eventually added to the outfield of the softball, for softball. It says to make upgrades to the softball field at Lincoln County High School. It's my understanding of talking to softball coaches is that their intent is to use this money with some other funds that they have available to install turf in the outfield.
So I'm assuming we've done whatever we had to do with this to.
Yes, we did.
We have.
And then they sent it. We jumped through a few hoops.
Now, this has nothing to do with what Bartlett did?
I think it's the same thing, Carol. This is what Delegate Barker and Delegate Morgan,
okay.
Delegate Eldridge. Is there anybody else? I think it was just them that presented it here a week or so ago at the field. So, yeah, it's the same thing. I wish it was 10,000 more, but I don't think it is. All right, okay, Jim. Oh, you're not going to do legal updates, okay.
Well, we are.
Not going to volunteer anyway, huh?
Not volunteering.
Are these going to be?
Yes, I would request that we go into executive session to discuss the personnel updates.
Okay, so that's personnel actions, but before we do that, is there anything else from board members, any comments or concerns before we do that? Can you hear me, Mr. Wilkerson?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to enunciate real well since you're giving us a break.
There's something that I want to
Mrs. Smith?
discuss, but not in detail.
Okay.
I've had a lot of requests from parents wanting us, the board members, to visit the schools and eat their lunch, to see exactly what they're serving. I've had a lot of complaints about raw chicken. I didn't want to do this before election because I didn't want them to think that we're out there campaigning, but after election, I think we all need to start doing that as much as we can. Just to, I mean, if it's something they can't eat, we need to do something about it.
All right.
Well, I can say I have not heard the first complaint at all, not
I'll bet
from
you I've
anyone.
heard 13 or 14 just this past week.
Oh, okay.
Well, point taken, Will. I haven't had any recently, but I used to eat them every day. But they may have changed on you. Okay, anything else?
That's it.
Brownie, you know, nothing for you?
No.
Okay, I have one thing here I'm gonna pass on to Mrs. Lucas. This is from the Office of the Governor, and it was a letter that was sent to me, but what they're wanting, it deals with the water crisis, the after-action review, and it's from Governor Tomlin's office, and it all goes back to the Elk River chemical spill and all that. But anyway, they're trying to gather information, and they're wanting to know all actions or things that the board might have done, or Board of Education, not us per se, but members of our staff, that may have been involved in things. So there's like a little questionnaire that they asked to be completed, and the key people that were involved, so I'm sure like Dana and maybe even Joe back there might have been involved in that. But anyway, this is something that they asked for, and I'll just let you have it, Trish. And not let you have it literally like that. But I'll let you have it.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Now, Trish. Sean, don't even go.
I can take it.
Okay. Just for your information, I know Brenda sent out to everybody the suggestions, the first group of suggestions we got to everyone here the other day, so you've gotten those. I asked Brenda to let me have the hard copies, so I just like to hang on to those. If there's any comments that you all want to get into that at some point, we can do that. If they deal with personnel things, of course, we would have to do that privately, but I don't know if anybody have anything particular about any of those at this point. They all seem to be pretty, I could understand each one of them when I read it. Okay. But then the other thing, we were going to have the bus auction, of course, we've talked about auctioning, I think, how many buses do we have?
11, I think, 11 or 12.
Okay, and that was going to be on the agenda, but Mr. Cummings wasn't going to be here. So Brenda and I talked about it, so I asked her just to delete that from this agenda tonight so Mr. Cummings could be present when we do that. The reason I say that is because this is to be done on the internet, where everybody can bid on these buses. But there are certain things that I have questions about, like, you know, many of these people, just to make sure that somebody who bids on a bus knows what they're getting. And I don't know exactly, I've understood that maybe they take a pic, you may know this, Joe, you know, they take a picture of the bus.
I don't know, I haven't heard Dana and Rod discussing it, but I would assume they would have photos of the bus as well as a description of what's mechanically wrong.
Okay, well, that's one, so I thought maybe Rod, I feel Rod has to be here because in the past, what we've seen when they've had these auctions are people from far away have bought these buses, and they may send in a half of their, I don't know, but several of their drivers, they may fly them into Charleston or Huntington, then they come out here to drive that bus to wherever they are. And I just want to be sure that when people bid on it, that they know that they're in drivable condition, realizing that we salvaged a lot of tires and things like that off of these buses, which might not have any impact on it. Maybe it does, but I think only, you know, I just want to be forthright with people when they bid on something that they know what they're getting, that it's in drivable condition, you know, what's it like on the inside, and like Joe said there, you know, aside from what the picture is are there any things that mechanically that they need to know about? But I think only Mr. Cummings can answer those. But you know, if we go this route, I just want people when they bid on it to know what they're bidding on and not go to some expense, and then when they find they get here and they intend to drive to Minnesota or make up a place, and then if they can't really do that, then and I don't know how many tires we've taken off and all that. I have no idea.
I disagree, and I'll tell you why. You're better off to sell the buses as is, no warranty, buyer beware. They
Well,
can
that's
call
what they
them.
are.
What's that? I mean, they can call and ask questions. You don't want to make any representation to the fitness of anything you're selling in any kind of auction. It is as is, no warranties, no guarantees. You buy it, it's yours, because when you say that it has a 200,000, 300,000 mile engine and it should be safe to drive, you just warranted that. That is a warranty under the law. So when you take the position that it is safe to drive to wherever, you've warranted it. And they can come back and make a claim against us that the bus wasn't as advertised.
Well, but I don't disagree with that. What I'm saying though is during this advertisement, this whatever's placed on the internet, that it makes some type of statement such as you're saying.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And that needs to be done. But once again, I just don't know how they're going to do that. I understand what you're saying. I'm buying a pig in a poke here,
Yeah.
essentially.
I'd say take pictures, post pictures, take a picture of the odometer, take a picture of the exterior, of all four sides of the exterior of the bus, picture of the engine, a couple pictures of the interior of each one,
Right.
and then a nice bold statement. And I mean, I don't know if we have foreigners buying these buses. I've heard some people buy them and take them out of the country to haul workers in. If we know what language these buyers may speak, it'd be great to have the warning in different languages. I mean,
But
Leslie will tell you that you don't want to make any representation of the fitness of these buses.
Do they have to have a sticker on them, Joe? Do they have to have a state
Inspection
inspection?
sticker? Yes, sir.
So they have to have a good sticker before anybody can drive it?
We-
Or could they get a permit?
Well, they could get a one-trip permit to take it wherever.
I didn't know about that.
And
One
like
way,
Mr. Baker
without
said, I
paying.
think a lot of these buyers are people that buy these buses to ship overseas.
Yes.
South America, Latin America, places like that.
as long as it's, that's why Rod, what he's actually going to put online there, is he going to show, or maybe we need to suggest what type pictures he has on there, and then what type of statement needs to be done to be with them.
I can't imagine somebody overseas buying a bus and cheaper than buying one over there.
Well, I think a lot of it goes to
Can.
South America,
I know.
Central America, down in Central America, down through there, some of the tales I've heard where they actually drive them there. But, as long as we are forthright and let them know that they're, what they're getting, and we're not guaranteeing anything, I appreciate that and understand. But I just hate for somebody to buy something without not expecting one thing, and then come here and find something else. But if we're forthright and tell them what it is, and, you're buying this at your own, whatever, then that's fine with me.
Will they still be advertised locally? I mean, not just in the advertising, just think of the ordinary person wanting to see it in the paper.
Certainly.
They will be advertised locally,
Yes,
okay.
definitely.
Okay.
So it could be someone on the internet, or it could be a local person. Would the local person do it via the internet, or would they do it differently? Does anybody know? I mean, we've never done this before.
I don't know, maybe
I would
Rob can
assume
answer
all
those
the-
questions.
Yes, he-
All of them have
Well,
to.
yes, sir.
Before we go into executive session, could we have a 5-minute break?
I was gonna ask for 10.
We could do that later. Anything further on this? So when we do put this on the agenda, we'll ask Mr. Cummings to be here. Maybe, we can toss some of these things around, and maybe some of Rowdy's suggestions and all that. Okay.
Larry, take your phone to the bathroom with you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we're gonna break here for a couple of minutes.
Turn your phone off, Larry, we can hear you.
What his battery will run down if he stays on.